What's up, YouTube? The O Nerd here. So today I'm in Concord, California, aka the Bay Area, aka I think Tupac lived here or something. Some rappers. This is pretty, a low-key place. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's has the greatest gems that you guys will ever see. So right now I'm at Phoenix Games in Concord, and what this place has to offer is amazing games, great deals, and some also really hidden gems for you specific collectors out there. So let's go check this place out. And I already went in there and talked to Chris, the owner. He's a great guy. And let's see what this place has to offer. So they have a website, of course, Phoenix Games. So let's check this place out. All right. So it looks like they have a PS3, huge PS3 collection. Let's see what we got here. The playoffs are going on right now, so Chris Paul, sorry, the Warriors are gonna beat you. The duty stuff. They have shirts. So Concord, California. I'll link the address and the website in the description below, but yeah. So these are more of the modern stuff, of course, and very soon we'll get to the more retro stuff. But you can, if you guys still have a PSP, you guys can play movies, which I didn't really know. This is like the first, I guess, rated R movie I saw. Oh my god. The memories. Oh, here we go. So here's some NES games, right? They have a whole selection. And the prices are really good. So, you got some nostalgia right here, you guys. And it's very organized, surprisingly. So, and it looks like you guys got little figurines in the bottom. I don't know what these are. Sega Saturn. Sorry for the shaky camera, you guys. I just drank a Monster. Oh my god, really? Pro wrestling. So we got some 3DS games, for the modern people. They have a little board stand there. Oh. You guys, I know all you guys used to play this back in the day. Come on. This game took forever, but Expecto Patronum. Mega Man. What is this? Oh, you can sing. Oh my god, look, it's Selena Gomez, Nick Jonas, or Joe Jonas, the drug woman who gets rehabbed, and Alessia Cara. I don't know who those people are. That's freaking awesome. Lego, everybody loves Lego. Oh, and we got the Super NES right here. Maybe I can ask Chris to open up this later. Let's see if you guys see any titles, you guys. It's kind of hard to see the titles. Super Mario World, of course. Look at that. All conditions. You guys want mint condition? You guys want play condition? Up to you guys. I wonder what this one is. What is this console? Oh, this is our Super NES, right? And of course, Amiibos. Who doesn't like playing with Amiibos? I'm surprised they still make these. And I'll show you guys something interesting for the Amiibos. Oh, look. Look at that Charizard. There you go. Wow. Interesting Amiibos. They're making a Spawn movie, maybe. I wonder who's playing with the actor. Huge Xbox collection. Huge. PlayStation. Oh, look. Armored Core. Who doesn't love that? Crash Bandicoot. I always wondered if they're going to make a remix of this one. Freaking awesome. He's got a crazy selection. Chris, what do we have right here? So this is the owner, Chris. Chris, can you tell us what this TV is right here?
Oh, hey, yeah. Hey,
This is Chris, the owner of Phoenix Games.
Nice to meet you guys.
So what is this? Why is there
This
a TV
is
right here?
a Vectrex. Came out in 1980, 81 by GC Electronics. A lot of people, if you're out in the streets at a garage sale, you see one of these, you think it's a TV.
Looks like TV.
Yeah, it does. It's actually a Vectrex system, and it is worth about $300, $350.
Oh my God, look at that.
So back in 1980, when this came out, it was one of the first systems that you could actually take, had its own monitor and screen.
Yeah.
Had its own control panel, had a second port for 2 control panels, and then a cartridge slot so you could put cartridges in there and really play them.
I thought that was just something to hold it.
Yeah, let's go plug it in and so you guys can see what it looks like. But basically, if you guys see this out in the wild at a garage sale or something, pick it up. These things are very unique and expensive, and they're actually really fun systems to play.
Vectrex.
Yeah, it's called the Vectrex.
Does it play one of these right here, or?
No, it actually has a built-in game into it, but it has cartridges.
Oh,
I'll show you what the
gotcha.
cartridges look like. So.
Okay, we'll get back to these, you guys. I know you guys want to see the Game Boy stuff. And, oh, no, let's not look at that yet.
So the Vectrex has its own little built-in monitor, as I mentioned earlier. It's got a knob that you turn on. It comes installed, it had a game installed in it called Mindstorm.
Oh my God, look at this.
And you can see GC, General Consumer Electronics, they went out of business. But it came in with Mindstorm, which is basically an Asteroids clone. And it's a little Vectrex.
Let's see you play some.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that, you guys.
Oh, you can put it right there. I can see it right here.
Oh
So the
my
control panel, like
God.
it says, built in. These control panels alone, just outside of the unit, $125, $100 all day. So it's got hyperspace, it can thrust, and this is the game that it came with.
So you're that, okay.
Yeah, you're the little ship. And you just, like Asteroids, you could just go around and clear everything. And,
So what would somebody pay for something in good condition?
well, if this has the box of manuals, which this one does, it goes for over $400. A unit just like this, with the vibrant monitor, you can see how crisp and clear it is.
Yeah, super clear.
Yeah, see that little ship that came
Mint
out.
condition.
You're looking at around $300 to $350 at current market value, but you know, prices fluctuate,
Yeah.
it could change. But basically, this unit is unusual to see. Most collectors don't even know what it is. And then you clear a level and you get to go. And then it gets progressively harder, new creatures come out, you know. And it originally came with an overlay, a screen that changed the color because it's all in black and white. So they gave it a fake plastic screen to give it a sense of color, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this is the unit, Vectrex. You guys see it, check it out. You don't know much about it, look into it. But this is a great unit. We have them for sale here.
Is it made in America, or?
Yes, it was made, General Consumer Electronics was an American-made company, I believe. Came out in the early 80s. What the downfall was is the price on it was just so high, the family shied away from it.
Yeah.
And then they just got to the point where the company wasn't doing too good, and then they discounted them. So when I picked up mine, it was on clearance at Sears for $99, brand new in the box. If you have anything like that now.
When was that?
Back in 1982.
1982.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's old, but it's a great system. It's one of my personal favorites.
Oh my God.
And there's a huge community for it. And in fact, the community out there for the Vectrex allows you to make, they make cartridges like this that are multi-carts that allow you to play all of the Vectrex library are in one of these cartridges, plus a lot of homebrew games that people have made for it.
So this is like in the past decade?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
There's an avid collector fan base for the Vectrex unit. Excellent system. People are still supporting it, and you can get like the multi-carts on eBay, $79, $100. It has the entire library in one
And that
cartridge.
goes in here?
Yeah, that
Okay.
goes in there.
That's
all day
awesome.
long. Yeah, it's a great system.
So what else you got to show us over here? I see you pulled something out for us.
Yeah, this is stuff we were getting ready to
Oh my
put out.
God.
There's the Sega CD
Wait, what?
sports system in the box, complete with manuals, styrofoam, and everything. It's a great looking system.
Wait, so it plays Sega games but on CDs?
Yeah, Sega CD, which is the CD games that Sega had. The Sega Genesis, which played the cartridges, which are those right over there.
Yeah.
So you could have the Sega CD and attach it to your Sega Genesis, and you could play CD games when they were trying to get into the more powerful graphics of the game systems and stuff. So you can get a look at the box.
When was this released?
You know, I can't recall the exact date on this one.
Oh my God, look at this.
It was, you know, there was a lot of console wars. Yeah, this is the Sega Sports Edition with Joe Montana when he was just the thing, you know, with the 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. So you have the normal Sega, right?
Yeah.
And then you put this add-on to it?
Yeah, if you look there, there's actually, this is the base for it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here, I'll just open it up and
Yeah.
show you. Kind of do an unboxing here so you guys can see what this looks
First
like.
ever unboxing, you guys on YouTube. Come on.
So you see how beautiful this unit is?
Oh my God, it's like brand new.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we get at Phoenix Games all day long.
Look at that, you guys.
So we got the manuals still in the wrapper,
Look at
user's
that.
guide. It came with the Joe Montana CD, as you can see.
Look at that, Joe
Yeah.
Montana.
And
Then he went to the Chiefs, right?
yeah, I think so. Kansas City Chiefs. That's right. So as I mentioned, the unit itself was designed so that it could. And actually, this screw is very important, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay.
So this unit itself came with.
It's like an add-on, right?
Yeah. So you put your Sega Genesis unit, the one that played cartridges, right here, and there's a little plate and everything, and you use this screw to screw it in. But a lot of times, people lose this screw. They'd throw it like it just fell out of the box. I
Yeah.
almost didn't catch it. But this screw helps you secure your Sega Genesis down.
So you need it not connected at first because you need that. You need to add it on later.
Right,
Okay, gotcha.
absolutely. You just put your Sega Genesis on there, you add it on,
Nice.
and then you put your CD in there, and then you can play the Sega CDs, which was the next step up for Sega for the cartridges, was the CD.
Gotcha. Where do you put your memory stick?
Well, the memory cards were on the actual Sega Genesis.
So I can't put my like 100 gigabyte in there.
No,
and, like,
I don't think there's an external memory port on this.
no
Oh,
external
maybe
memory?
someone's made a hack, but I don't know.
All right, out there in the world, come on Reddit. I know you guys are watching, so
Yeah, if someone figured out a way to have an external memory on this, I'd be really interested.
exactly.
But as you can see, this is the unit.
Yeah.
And so this
Oh,
metal plate.
That's the metal plate.
Yeah, that's the bracket that actually goes on. And this is a lot of time. This bracket is worth some money too if you just find the bracket alone, because
God.
people lose it. But this bracket was used to seal down the just to cinch down the Sega Genesis when it was on it. So a lot of times you just don't see the bracket or the screw used to
It's
cinch
just
it
kind
down.
of just that.
Yeah, it's usually just this unit
Oh my God.
and maybe the power cord that people come across out in the wild there. So let's put this guy back.
So what do you think is like the time difference between the Genesis and then this? It's like how many? It's like a year after, and then they made the CD version, or
It was a little while after the Sega Genesis came out. The Sega Genesis came out, and then this Sega CD came out afterwards. And it was just Sega's way to try to get into the more powerful, you know, units at the time, trying to up their game. They were really going head to head with Nintendo back in the day. So, but yeah, that's one of the things that we carry here. I'll put this off to the side for now.
Ooh, and then you got a Famicom, Japanese Famicom.
Yeah, we just got this in not too long ago. Just cleaned and tested it, but as you can see, the box on this is absolutely beautiful.
And these are amazing.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it and stuff.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's like
Yeah.
like 30 years old.
It's getting up there. But this right here is, again, you don't usually see the styrofoam. This piece usually gets thrown out.
Yeah.
But this one right here,
Look at that, you guys. So if you guys don't know, go ahead.
right.
What is the Famicom?
Well, it essentially was like the Super Nintendo for Japan.
Yep. The
but-
OG.
Yeah, but this one is in beautiful condition, and it has the manual,
Yeah.
has everything with it. I mean, honestly, I couldn't believe I bought it in a bulk lot, and I couldn't believe how beautiful this thing was.
God.
Absolutely outstanding. And it,
Two controllers, you guys. You don't
Yeah.
often get that either. And look, the original Famicom controller.
yeah, it's beautiful. I actually kind of want to keep this for myself, which is one of the perils of owning a game store. You see stuff come in, and you just want it all.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's something that.
So what does this one go for?
You know, I haven't looked up the current market value. It tends to fluctuate. So off
Yeah.
the top of my head, I really don't know. As I said, we were getting ready to put these out, but we wanted to clean and test them and make sure they were 100% functional.
Exactly.
We have customers that come from long distances, and the last thing we want is for them to buy something, go home, and it didn't work because we didn't take 10 minutes to test it.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to get market value on this in a minute and see what's going on with it. In this condition, usually you don't see it with all the styrofoam and everything it comes with. And the box is in really good shape, too.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Makes for like a great display piece too.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Another reason I kind of want to take it home, you know. This is something else that we got here. We just pulled this in, Die Hard for the Sega Saturn. Not an incredibly rare game, but definitely one of the more obscure ones. It's hard to get. Especially a lot of times you see these cases, and the cases are falling apart at the hinges.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, it's missing the little styrofoam. There's like a little styrofoam piece, or I forget what they call it, but this little piece that goes in there.
This is a Christmas movie, right?
Yeah, the Die Hard arcade game, though, for the Sega Saturn is actually really well sought after. They currently go between $100 to $120 for this game. It's a tough game to find complete. And a lot of times with these Sega Saturn games, the hinges break. So you go to open the game, and the hinge will door will fall off, which is common for this genre. But this is a great game, and we actually have more Sega Saturn games there.
I saw that. You got to show me that later. And what's the console that it plays on? Because
the Sega Saturn. Here, we actually have one over here. Sega Saturn. It's in this cage on the bottom. But yeah, here's another example of some of the products Phoenix Games offers. But this is the Sega Saturn. That's the Die Hard plays on. Sorry, it's in the cage buried in here. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what the Sega Saturn is, what it looks like,
game system,
what it plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so this is, I was looking over here, that's Sega Saturn right over here, right?
Yeah, we just don't see too many Sega Saturn games come in these days. Let me open up the door for you.
This is, you guys.
Because
I was talking to the audience earlier. I was like, I haven't even heard of Sega Saturn.
Let's open up the cabinet here for you so you can beat the glare.
Mint.
But yeah, we just don't see a lot of Sega Saturn games come in. Every once in a while we'll get a lot of them in, but they just don't stay around long. This is another unusual piece. This is the Sega Saturn backup, basically memory.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and it's something that you usually don't see. The RAM cartridge, you just don't see it. Yeah, actually, it was back in the day. Yeah. It really was. But and this thing goes for $74.99.
So you can essentially, it's just backing up the games, or you can kind of copy the games.
Memory. No, you can't copy it.
Gotcha.
It's memory. But yeah, just to give you an idea of that. We recently took in a bunch of Sega Saturn games, and they just didn't last long at all. Everyone came in and bought them up.
The dubs are playing right now, but check this out. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a great system. Very much collected for these days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at this.
Lock this guy back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7-foot cabinet filled with Nintendo 8-bit games. That's another thing we got. They come in and out all the time. Inventory is always fluctuating.
That's awesome. So, look at this, you guys. You guys are missing a broken controller. You know. Come on, you guys. Who doesn't remember what this is for? Come on, look at that. You guys need your CDs cleaned, right? They're scratched up. Look at this. They're repair for you.
Another fun system to collect for. Open that up and get a full view. It's got a 6-foot cabinet filled with them here.
I won't bore you guys by going through all of them, but check it out. Look at that. So collectors, you guys, here is how you guys collect everything. That is a Dragon Ball Z. Oh, dude, look. Who wants to be a millionaire? Ooh, I used to play this all the time. I don't know why, but I did. Alright, you guys. I promise you guys, we're gonna get to this. Alright? So, check it out. They got Game Boys, colors. Look at that. So, what is this, you guys? Is that an Alexa? Is that a Google Home? No, it's an Amiibo reader.
Yeah, we had to put a label on it because customers thought it was a deodorizer for the cabinet.
Look at that, you guys. They're all like, why is the deodorizer
Yeah.
$40?
No, it's an Amiibo reader. I was actually really impressed that you walked right up and knew exactly what it was. It was pretty cool.
You know, everybody gets confused. Don't worry. Game Boy Advance, and these are all fully functional, right?
Oh yeah, everything at Phoenix Games is cleaned and tested. And it has a 30-day warranty. We're like anyone else. Before we spend money on something, we make sure it works.
Yeah. Look at that. Sorry for the glare, you guys. Let's see what colors these are. So we got blue one, matte black, and black. And then check this out. This is what you guys, a lot of people are trying to get the limited edition DS's, right? The Yoshi edition. Look at that. In the box. N64. You guys see that new mod for the N64 to get an HDMI cord? Come on. Who has not seen that? It's expensive. I don't know why you would do it. But if it's cheaper, I would totally do that mod. Ooh, look at this. Huge advanced selection, you guys. Some within boxes. Let's see if I can find anything I'd want to buy. Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play that one. Uno. Nah, I have friends now. That's so Raven. Come on, you guys. Ooh, this is going to be a fun one. Star Wars. Come on, who doesn't love that? There. Superman Returns. Interesting. Only $5. That's an interesting one. Look at that. Ooh, I love the Impossibles. Incredibles, sorry. Not the Impossibles. Look at that, you guys. Ooh, look at that. Classic NES Dr. Mario. I think that's like a Tetris game. Dragon Ball Z's. That's a really fun role-playing game right there. And then for the modern people, you gotta have your DS's. Let's see. Oh, look at this. So this is some older stuff. We're gonna go toward the older stuff here. And the Game Gear. Who doesn't love the Game Gear? And of course, that trailer just came out for Sonic, right? So who doesn't love that nostalgia trip of wasting 8 batteries or 6 batteries trying to play Sonic the Hedgehog at 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, come on. I think it would be like, what, 2 hours of batteries and you'd get maybe a little bit? That's awesome. Let's see if I can find anything I like. Look at this, Sega. These don't even really have, it's interesting that the Sega games don't have like graphics or a poster or, you know, something to advertise it on the front. Look at that, Atari. Look at this. Don't know what these are. I'll ask Chris later. Oh, Pong. Come on, you guys. This is how you used to play. Just turning a knob back and forth. Value. Atari. I was at a garage sale. I got a whole Atari and 5 games for me, $20. Freaking, look at this, you guys. Atari. The graphics on this thing has been crazy. So Chris, what are these right here?
Those are TurboGrafx games. The TurboGrafx is another system that is pretty pricey, often difficult to collect for, and you usually don't see games for them. I don't even have a TurboGrafx systems for sale right now.
It's so thin. It's just like a little card slot thing.
For their time, these graphic cards, it was a very powerful system for its time. It was unfortunately very expensive for its time, which is what killed its sales. Families just weren't ready to spend, a couple $100s at that time that it came out for them. And these right here are 3DO games in these long boxes right here. And the 3DO is another obscure system that a lot of people, usually don't. Usually people collect for Nintendo and Sony first. The 3DO is something that's kind of had to know about it or had a friend that had one to just
play 3DO. Was it a single player game or?
There were 2-player games. It was an interesting unit, but again, it just didn't do well.
Yeah.
It was limited collector market for it.
Rare console.
Yeah.
Rare consoles. These Atari games. All right, Chris, you gotta show us what we have back there. There's a hidden gem back there, right?
Oh yeah, the Phoenix Games Arcade. So I'm a huge gamer, and I think that a game store you should walk into a game store and be able to immerse yourself in a world of games, like from the decor to the games to the arcade. So let's go back here. We have over 25 arcade games for people to play in here, and they're all on quarter play. Just come in 50 cents or 75 cents for the pinball games. Got 13 pinball games and 12 original dedicated games for the arcade.
This is like the layer. Look at this, you guys.
So, some of the stuff that we have here at Phoenix Games is the Nintendo Play Choice 10, which is the dual screen. This is interesting. It runs on a timer, not lives. So basically, you get in and put money in. There's a timer. If you don't like the game, you can hit reset and play as many games as you want during your time.
Guys, who does remember this?
Oh,
Konami,
yeah.
Good job, Konami.
Yeah. Castlevania, all the good ones are on Gauntlet. They're all on there.
What's your oldest one?
Oldest arcade cabinet would be my Asteroids Deluxe, which is currently in the back room. I can show it to you.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
So,
whoa.
These are, this is the event room where we have events and stuff, but I also have some arcade games back here. Asteroids Deluxe, which is from 1980. And of course, Defender, Stargate, another one, 1981. These are highly collectible, fully functional. I rotate them in and out of my arcade frequently. And of course, if you look over here, we've got a Popeye game from back in the day. Fully functional too.
It looks restored or something. It looks really new.
Yeah, I restore a lot of these games here myself. So I just restored this completely, brought it back up, did the control panel, so it just looks beautiful, like the way it did when it came from the factory.
Jeez. What would something like this on the market? I know arcade cabinets in general are pretty expensive, but
a fully restored one like this would go for around $1,200 to $1,400, depending. I mean, it's beautiful on the inside and out. It really is.
Amazing.
But the oldest one I have here would be the Asteroids Deluxe, which is a 1980 arcade cabinet.
That's amazing.
Vector monitor, black and white kind of thing. Really good.
There's no like joystick or anything. It's
No,
really
it was
like
all buttons, left, right,
Oh my God.
thrust, fire, shield to defend you from the rocks,
Oh
that
my
kind of
God.
thing. So yeah.
That's how you can tell it's super old, you guys. No joystick.
No joystick, strictly buttons. Another old one we have here, a classic, is Tron.
Look at that, you guys.
Just restored this one, had all the black light redone on it. A lot of times you see them and the black light's all conked out, The joystick doesn't glow or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just,
So Tron, if you guys don't know, was based off a movie or was it a game first?
It was based off of a movie. It was a real huge thing they did. Disney put it out. It didn't do very well in the theaters at the time. They came out with a game for it, but as the years went on, Tron developed a cult-like following. A unit like this in this condition with the black light restored, you're looking between 1,500 and maybe 1,800 tops for it.
Wow. And this is just one of the games. 'Cause
Yeah.
The other game is where you kind of race each other.
Yeah, there's the light cycles, the tanks, there's the MPU, where you have to shoot the blocks to get inside, and then there's the spiders, where you have to... this is the latest acquisition for Phoenix Games. I got a Super Mario pinball game, and just put it on our Instagram post, did a whole write-up on it.
Look how beautiful this thing is.
Yeah, it really is. Again, fully restored. I'm waiting on some replacement glass because there's some nicks and scratches in it, but the play field and everything is absolutely beautiful. Plays great, and it is a highly collectible game. Not one of the more expensive pinball games, but definitely collectible because it's Mario.
Yeah, and this seems like a new one, right? Game of
Yeah,
Thrones?
there's still some pinball companies out of there, and Game of Thrones obviously is a newer one. Star Wars is one of the newer ones. Phoenix Games is home to the East Bay Pinball League, which is the oldest pinball league in the East Bay. And we just celebrated our 10th year as having a pinball league. A lot of top players from around the area come here and play and put up their scores and whatnot.
Is it like a team thing, or is it?
No, it's mainly, you come in on league night and fight it out for the highest score.
Mm-hmm. When is league night so people can know?
Thursday night at 7:30 here at Phoenix Games. Come on in and join the pinball league and have a good time. Meet some casual players and meet some really good players. Then drinks and you just tear it up for a few hours with your family and friends.
That's amazing. Robotron.
Okay,
everybody, come on.
Yeah.
This
How could you not know what that is?
Classic. People will spend. If you guys ever been to Japan, this is all they play.
Oh yeah.
This is all they play for days. They'll be smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee while playing this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's no different here. In the arcade, Street Fighter is the #1 earner in the Phoenix Games arcade.
There you go, you guys.
We got people coming in here, calling their friends out. I mean, it is pretty fierce in here some days. But this is a great game. Again, fully restored.
I know, look at this thing. Some of the other classics, Ghost Goblins,
Centipede. So this is an actual real sword for Sword and Shield for Zelda.
Oh my gosh.
So I can't take it off the wall right now, but this sword actually has Zelda markings on it, and it's real metal.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
So the sword goes from
yeah,
there, you
we can
guys.
open it up a little bit to get better lighting in here for you.
Check that out.
But yeah, that's a real sword, real shield. Those things are heavy.
Where'd you get this one?
There was a guy from the Nintendo corporate offices. He was a heavy collector. I interact with a lot of collectors, and he just had it chilling in his office. He was moving out of state, and he said, "Hey, you want to make a deal for this?" I said, "I'd love to have an original Zelda sword and shield." So totally
Yeah,
did.
that's like real leather too.
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
it's a real sword.
Oh my god. This is the sheath leather.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
god.
that shield is heavy. Very heavy shield if you just carry it.
Yep. Metal, you guys. So I've seen these a couple times, these cases for the Game Boy. So mind you guys, the Game Boy's maybe this big, right? And this is like a case for the Game Boys?
Yes, you can house the unit and games inside of it. And of course they made it look like the Game Boy itself from back in the day. Really cool case, it opens up. It's just a storage case.
And we all played Sonic on the Game Gear.
Oh yeah.
Right? And they're coming out with that Sonic movie. Any thoughts on that Sonic movie?
I can't wait to see it. I hope it's good, but you never know. You never know.
Some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's another rare game that's here right now is this one right here, the Spider-Man Web of Fire. Very limited print run. That one's for sale for $300. They usually they go for more, but the reason this one, let's take it up to the counter over here.
Yeah.
So these can go for a lot more. The reason this is marked down in price is because originally these boxes, the 32X's boxes, didn't come in plastic. They were all cardboard. So somebody actually cut this box to fit it in a Sega box, which was like heartbreaking when I saw it.
Oh, yikes.
But it's still a rare game.
Condition.
Yeah, it's in excellent condition. And again, if they hadn't cut the box, it would be way more money than it is right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And this
Remember, yeah, these games were so fun to play. Look at that, you guys. I know you guys remember this screen. Come on. There's only 2 buttons. You can either jump, punch, or shoot a web, right?
That's right. But yeah, it's if they hadn't cut the box, it'd be worth a lot more than it is right now. But for someone that wants to play the game at somewhat of a reasonable price, this one's available. I don't think it's going to stick around here long. Usually collectors come in and buy this stuff up.
I'm sure that by the time this hits the internet,
it'll be gone.
So let's say thank you to Chris here for showing us around Phoenix Games here in Concord. And you guys can also check out his website and his eBay store. But if you guys are just in the area, come check it out. This place is huge. Play some games, talk to Chris. This guy's so much knowledge in this field. All right, thanks, Chris.
Thanks, man. Anytime. Anytime.
All right, you guys, peace and out. The O-Nerd.